Hi. All right. Hello, everyone. So this is a improv video with the one and only Sandra Logan here in Houston.
The one and only Fernando Marin.
Spear fingers, spear fingers. Okay, so Sandra and I get together every now and then and we have dinner. She makes a wonderful dinner, just so you know. Aside from cooking up your future, she can also cook up a slamming meal. So she cooks for me and I love it because it's one of the few like homemade meals that I get from time to time. So thank you so much for that.
You're so welcome. I'm glad you haven't died yet.
No
emergency room.
No,
travelers or anything.
I will gladly go. I will gladly go. So one thing I want to share with you guys is what Sandra means to me and how much I love her. So for those of you who don't know, Sandra Logan is a professional psychic medium who is based out of the Houston, Texas area, but she is an international psychic medium. So she's known world around. So tell everybody what work you are doing these days.
What work am I doing
aside from your regular readings?
Besides the regular readings, I've got 3 radio programs I'm doing now, monthly, which is really nice. One out of Orlando, Florida, and one out of Phoenix, and one out of Houston with Sarah Pepper.
And what stations are these?
Oh, you were going to ask me that. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, you got to plug the stations.
Yeah, well, one's 96.5 or 96.5.
Is that Houston?
That's Houston.
Okay, 96.5.
That's the mix.
The mix, 96.5.
Okay, and then
what days or what time slots?
The last, I have to remember, the last Friday.
Yeah.
No, the first Friday of every month.
The first Friday of every month on 96.5.
That's right.
Sandra's on there.
And then 101.9 amp radio out of Orlando, and that is supposed to be, I think, the first Friday of every month. No. Wait a minute.
Well, it's not local.
I don't know.
So unless you're in those areas, look it up. Just look it up.
And then out of Phoenix, I think it's 98.9, I think, out of Phoenix. And that's kind of intermittently monthly. So it just depends on what's convenient as to how we do it.
So tell me, because I haven't done radio yet. I've done podcasts and all of that, and I'm working my way up to radio. But what do you like about doing radio that you don't get from like just a one-on-one with?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it because it covers so much area. You know, it's streamed internationally and nationally, and I love that. But number 2, the energy in the booth is so unbelievable that when people call you, it's just like boom, 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 boom. I mean, you don't even have to make an effort because of all that energy that you're surrounded by. Yeah. And it just works like a conduit, you know.
So do you ever get nervous?
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, every single time?
Always.
So what helps you get over being nervous?
I pray a lot. Before I go in, I go, please,
make this work.
Don't let me make an idiot out of myself.
Yeah.
No, but I really I'm so glad when I get to talk to people. And of course I talk to people all the time here, but I'm saying people from different countries and things. You know, you realize that the people from different countries aren't that different. They have the same problems we do. Yeah. They have the same dreams we do. Yeah. So it's just really fun to communicate that way and be able to just walk into the studio, people call, you answer, and you just connect.
So how long have you been a psychic medium?
Oh. We got way back. Do we have to talk about how old I am?
No, we no.
Older than dirt, okay? Yeah. No, actually, I mean, I always knew I could do it, just like you've always known the gut feeling. Yeah. Even though I had to go like this to you to say, hey, get a grip. But no, but we know that we're different. And so sometimes we hide that difference when we're kids because we feel, we don't want to be made fun of or be bullied or anything. Right. But actually, in the public, I was pushed into it because it wasn't anything I was ever going to do publicly because I felt like, there was so many ramifications about it.
Stigma and all
stigmas,
that.
And so I didn't want to be one of those people. But then I guess the powers that be had different ideas, so they just kind of cleaned everything out of my house, including my job and my life, and
made room for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you had nothing else to do.
I had no choice. I had no choice.
It's like when I was leaving Starbucks and I was ready to go, and I kept trying to apply to all these different jobs. I was applying to like HEB and Apple. I mean, all these different companies, and I had the experience. I had 10 plus experience as a manager, but no one would give me the time. And if they did give me the time, I would only get to a certain point in the interview process, and then I would drop out as a candidate for some reason. And I'm like, I'm a likable person. What's the problem? You know, everybody's saying you're so amazing. Oh, we're going to go with internal choices. I'm like, okay. But I was ready to leave, and every single thing that I tried wasn't working. And so then I was forced, spiritually, universally forced to have to look at this as the only option remaining. And it was the one thing I really wanted to do, but it's the one thing I was so afraid to just doing. And then once I actually pushed myself into it, like it just took off.
It did.
So I used to come, so in Houston, where I live, I am very picky about who I go to for a reading. So there are a few psychics that I go to in Houston, and Sandra Logan is one of them because I trust her judgment. And if she says something to you, pay attention because it's the feeling that she gets, that look in her eye. It's that look like you've got the last piece of butter and we've got a lot of biscuits on this table. So she gives you that look like you better pay attention. But, I used to come to you for readings, and she never realized this until after the fact, and then one day I sporadically gave her a reading. So I used to study her. I used to watch her read. So I wasn't just here getting a reading for myself.
Darn, I thought we were just being friends.
Yeah, I was sitting here and I was watching her and I was studying her, and she moves her eye like this, and
I would charge you more if I didn't know that.
And I was like, oh, okay, I'm learning. And so I studied her, and I would study her process and how she read and how she did what she did. And I'd ask her questions about that. And she was one of the few psychics in Houston that I felt had the caliber of being able, yes, and you should be proud of that. Had the kind of caliber of being a reader that I trusted. I had a lot of trust in her. And after that, I think I gave her a reading one day because she asked me what I did for a living. And I was like, well, I'm going to do this, and she's laughing. And then I gave her a reading, and then after that we kind of became friends.
We did. The thing that I hate the most, though, is when you quit working at Starbucks because I didn't get coffee anymore.
Yeah.
You always brought coffee. I didn't get coffee anymore.
Yeah, we got free Starbucks coffee all the time, like £1 a week, and I never used it. Like I hardly ever drank Starbucks coffee.
Yeah.
I think I drink more Starbucks now after I work for Starbucks or before than during the Starbucks time frame.
And now I have to pay for it.
Yeah. Hey, that's that's.
But how many times did I tell you over and over when I saw you? I said, Fernando, you're throwing your life away. There's other things for you, and you knew that. Yeah. You knew that. You just knew you had to go through the steps to get there. Yeah. But boy, when you did, you hit the road running.
Yeah, and I'm still running, except not today, which is why I put a little bit of weight here.
And I will tell you what I love about Fernando is because there is a big age difference between us. He could be my grandson almost. But the thing about it is he's taught me so much about the new generation. Mm-hmm. And that's important, medium, what do you call it?
Mediumship.
And the technology of it and social media and all the things that I had no clue because that was not my time, and so he's taught me how to find my way through the obstacles of the new generation. Yeah. And that's been a meaningful thing to me.
And it makes it easier because, I try to make my job as easy as possible so that I can devote most of my energy to my readings and my work.
Right.
And Sandra still writes down appointments, and I'm like, what are you doing? Get an automated system, automate your system. And she's like, okay, hey, and she's so kind and so sweet. If you call for an appointment, don't call for an appointment unless you're going to make an appointment.
That's right. That's right.
But she'll talk to you for a few minutes. Well, if this is how you feel, then maybe you should book. It's up to you, no pressure. And I'm like, girl, send them to the website. Have them just press that button. Why are you spending 30 minutes of your day talking to this person? They either are going to come and get a session or not. They're probably trying to squeeze a free question out of you.
That's right.
But but she's still so sweet, and she talks to you, and she spends the time doing that. I'm a bitch. So I will just let you go to the website. So, but
I think the difference is that I'm in a different place than you are because I can't work as hard as you do. Yeah. I mean, you work hard. Yeah. I can't do that. I did that for years, and I'm over that. But the thing about it is that I find the connections very personal sometimes. Now, sometimes you're right. Sometimes I get caught and I go, God, go to my website. But sometimes that there are people that really just need a few minutes to do something, and I don't mind that. But I have learned that there are those that will take advantage. So you just kind of feel them out, and you go, "That's
occupational hazard." People will try to take it. People try to take advantage. Whenever we come together, we start shop talking, and we're always talking about like clients and funny stories that we have, and sometimes we have similar clients. She has some of my clients. I have some of her clients. But it's interesting because we can shop talk, and this is one of those fields or those industries where you don't have a lot of people you can reach out to and connect with and share stories about, because they're, in the psychic world, it can be very catty, and there are a lot of people who feel very threatened or feel easily like overshadowed by someone who is naturally gifted. Right. And so what will happen is they'll start to come at you from a negative perspective. And she and I have never had this issue. I love it because I can help her. She can help me. I can guide her. She can guide me. I've gotten a lot more guidance from her than she's gotten from me. I can tell you that. But, it's okay, and we can be there for each other, and we're not threatened by each other. We're like sharing each other's clients sometimes, just so that way they can get a second opinion and whatnot.
I kind of feel like we're like bookends, because it's funny when the book doesn't fit for me anymore, or I keep reading for the same person, getting the same thing over and over and over again. I will send them to you because I think, well, wait a minute, Fernando. I have no problem with that, because sometimes psychics, we usually pick up about the same thing, but sometimes one of us will see something that the other one doesn't. Yeah. Because the other one perhaps has been reading for somebody, for 5 years, and maybe the last 2 years just keeps getting the same thing, Well, then you start thinking, wait a minute, I need to make sure that what I'm hearing. So Zoom, I'll send it over to you, because I know that you may pick up something I didn't, which you do. Right. We both do, back and forth. So I think that's great when you can have an associate that you can work that close to and trust. Right. Because like you said, it is a competitive dog-eat-dog world out there among psychics. Yeah. It really is. It is.
I mean, you look at everybody wants to be the next Hollywood psychic or the next Teresa Caputo. And so people forget it's about the work. It's not about the praise or the glam. It's like you can be naturally glam, but it's not about that. It's about the work that you put into it. It's about how you care about other people.
That's true. That's true.
So two questions. What is the best part of your job?
Oh, the best part of my job, I love the medium work. And I love it because when somebody walks through that door and has lost somebody that they truly are just destroyed, and you can actually show them that person is around them by things that you couldn't possibly know, then they walk out 2 feet higher and happier. Yeah. That's the best.
So what is the hardest part of your job?
Oh boy, the hardest part of the job is sometimes when you see things that you really don't want to see, that are maybe more negative, but you have to tell it. Right. You know that. That's hard. That's
being honest. She's saying being honest.
Being honest. That's hard.
And because people will be, people, when it comes to psychics, people will come with an open mind, or people come because they want to hear something that you're going to confirm or validate for them. Right. And if you're not validating what they want to hear, they can get nasty like in a matter of seconds. Oh, yeah. And they can be ugly. And then we become targets. And we are just sharing what we're getting. And it's not like we're trying to say, sorry about it. Your relationship is in shambles and it's not going to work. It's not like we want to see that for other people. No. But if we see it, we know we have to share it. And that's the hard part. And I know I've gotten my fair share of negative reviews because people did not hear that the relationship was going to work out. I had this one guy, he told me, he says, the first time you did a reading for me, you were mean. I didn't like you. You were honest. And I was like, well, why was I mean? He's like, well, it's just you were really honest. And I was like, okay, but was I ugly to you? Mm-hmm. No. You were just honest. I was like, okay. Yeah. But a year later, you turned out to be right. So now I'm coming back to you because you're right. I was like, okay, well, good. I hoped I helped you. Exactly. We are not always right. We're not 100% accurate. No. We're not even, most psychics are not even 90% accurate.
I was going to say, I think the statistics had proven, like Sylvia Brown, that the very best psychic ability you can have is about 80 to 85%. Yeah. Not because you're wrong, but because you may interpret it differently, or you hear it a little differently than it really came across. And since they talk so fast on the other side, and you have to keep asking them to slow down.
And I've noticed that sometimes people don't catch what we're saying, or don't understand what we're saying or how we're saying it. Like they're like, no, that's not that's not, I once had a client and I was telling her, I said, it's almost as if you're going to have 2 locations you're going to be living at. You might have one through work and then you might have, she's like, I'm not buying another house. And I said, no. Like, it's like you have another location that you're going to be, and she's like, no, I don't have another house. I'm like, no. How many beds do you have? Where I have my bedroom. I'm like, okay, do you have any other beds anywhere else? She's like, well, I have one in my apartment that's for work. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm talking about, lady. Like the other place. So people misunderstand you all the time because meeting a psychic is very nerve-wracking. A lot of people are so nervous and anxious when they come and see this because they don't know what to expect. They think like our heads are going to start spinning around.
Or we're going
to start spinning.
The pointed hat at midnight.
And
get our broom out.
And we're just normal people. That's right. Like Sandra.
Well, I don't know about you.
I don't know. I saw the way you butter your bread. Pretty normal to me. So. But, we're just normal people.
Yeah,
we have normal experiences. At the end of the day, we all go to the bathroom the same way.
Yeah.
So, but Sandra is an inspiration to a lot of people and to me as well. And she's going to continue to do this work, right?
Yes, until I die.
So tell everybody how they can get a hold of you.
Okay. sandralogan.org is my website, and you can get all the information you want there. So that's the best. And Twitter is SandraLogan1. And you can reach me on Facebook, Sandra Logan. Yeah. And YouTube. Yeah. Sandra Logan.
Yeah, Sandra Logan. Yeah. So she's been getting into the YouTube scene.
Yeah.
and I helped her with her first 3 videos.
He did.
Started her off, the Soul Series.
The Soul Series.
I'm about to post one on her website, on her Facebook, and also on her YouTube. It's the 3rd episode of her Soul Series. Yes. So keep an eye out for that.
Absolutely. And so how they get a hold of you, Mr. Fernando?
If you want to reach me, then you can press the book now button right above this video. You can also go to my website at fernandomorone.com. Don't show up at my address because I will release the cats. So
he's got some bad cats.
Yeah, some bad cats. So go to my website and you can reach me on there. You can also reach me on YouTube. You can reach me on Facebook. Just type in Fernando Morone Psychic Medium.
It'll come up.
It'll come up.
It'll come up for sure.
All right. Well, is there any last word?
Thank you. Well, not other than the fact that I love Fernando, and I hope that the very best for you, and I do, and I know, like I said, you're just going to keep moving on and moving on.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you. I feel like you're, I won't use the terminology that my son does, but anyway, good friend.
Well, guys.
Adopted son.
Adopted son.
Adopted son.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right, guys.
I do. You take care.
Thank you for watching our love story. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and get a hold of Sandra on her website, or go to my website if you want a second opinion. And thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.